Janice Tjen hopes to join PH Tennis Open, reflects on journey with Eala. Janice Tjen of Indonesia expressed excitement over the expanding opportunities in her tennis career, including the possibility of competing alongside Eala at the upcoming Philippine Women's Open set for January 24th to 31st at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Courts. The tournament marks a historic milestone as the first ever WTA 125 event to be held in Manila. Fresh off a team gold medal finish at the Southeast Asian Games, Tjen said she was proud of the achievement and grateful for the strong support behind her. Reflecting on the experience, she said, "It's a different feeling to have a lot of people behind you." Currently ranked world number 54, Tjen acknowledged how quickly her career has progressed right after college. "Obviously, I'm very happy that my ranking has allowed me to join bigger tournaments, so I'm very excited for that." She also admitted the jump came sooner than expected. "I didn't expect my rankings to grow that fast." Tjen also spoke fondly of her long-standing connection with Filipina tennis star Eala. "We've known each other since we were very young, I think when I was 12 and Alex was 9, she said. "So it's been a long journey." Both Tjen and Eala are currently competing at the Australian Open, which means Tjen's participation in the Philippine Tennis Open will depend on how deep her run goes in Melbourne. Regardless, her interest in playing in Manila underscores both her connection to the Philippines and her excitement about the country hosting a landmark event on the WTA calendar. Tjen's joining the Manila WTA 125 will depend on her results at the Australian Open. The court is rarely silent, but Janice Tjen has learned how to hear herself within the noise. Every bounce of the ball carries memory, early mornings, blistered palms, missed shots that lingered longer than victories. For Janice, tennis has never been just about rankings or trophies. It has been about staying on the court long enough to believe that her dream still fits in her hands. Today, that dream has a name, the PH Tennis Open. For Janice, the idea of competing in the PH Tennis Open is more than a professional milestone. It is a homecoming of purpose. The tournament represents the possibility of standing under familiar skies, carrying the lessons of her journey and proving to herself more than anyone else that persistence can be louder than doubt. Her journey has not been a straight line. Like many young athletes, Janice grew up balancing ambition with uncertainty. Tennis demanded everything: time, energy, emotional resilience. There were days when progress felt invisible, when improvement came in millimeters rather than leaps. But Janice learned early that growth in tennis is often quiet. It happens in the hours no one watches. One of the most defining influences in her journey has been fellow Filipino tennis standout Eala. While their paths were not identical, Janice often reflects on how Alex's discipline, composure, and international success reshaped what felt possible. Watching Alex compete on global stages did not create pressure, it created permission. Permission to dream bigger, to imagine Filipino names belonging in conversations once dominated by others. Alex's journey served as both mirror and window. A mirror, reflecting the sacrifices required to chase excellence. A window, revealing a future where Filipino athletes could command respect on the world stage. For Janice, this influence was subtle but powerful. It wasn't about copying Alex's game, it was about adopting the belief that commitment could carry her just as far. Training sessions became spaces of intention. Janice learned to treat setbacks as information rather than failure. A loss was not a verdict, it was a lesson. She began to understand that mental strength was as critical as footwork. Tennis, she realized, is a conversation between confidence and patience. Speak too loudly with ego, and the game humbles you. Speak too softly with doubt, and opportunities slip away. The PH Tennis Open now stands as a symbol of everything she has worked toward. To compete there would mean sharing a stage with athletes who understand the grind, the discipline, the quiet courage it takes to show up again after disappointment. It would mean honoring the younger version of herself who practiced not knowing where the road would lead. Janice does not romanticize the struggle. She knows the challenges ahead: strong competition, expectations, and the constant demand to improve. But she also knows that her journey has prepared her. Every practice session, every long rally, every moment of choosing resilience over frustration has built something steady inside her. Reflecting on her path alongside Eala's success, Janice feels gratitude more than comparison. Their journeys prove that representation matters, not as a spotlight, but as a signal. A signal to young Filipino players watching from the sidelines that dreams in tennis are not borrowed, they are earned. For Janice, joining the PH Tennis Open would not mark the end of her story. It would be a chapter, one written with sweat, patience, and belief. Whether she steps onto that court this year or the next, her resolve remains unchanged. Tennis has already shaped her character, teaching her how to lose with grace, win with humility, and persist when progress feels slow. In the end, Janice Tjen's dream is not only about making a draw or lifting a trophy. It is about standing firm in her journey, carrying forward the lessons learned from her own struggles and from athletes like Eala who showed what is possible. The rally continues and Janice is ready, quietly, confidently, to return the next ball.